Alright, here we have a system of linear equations with decimal coefficients. This particular problem could be solved using addition or subtraction, or the matrix method. I'm going to solve it using substitution, so it's going to look a little messy, but I think we're going to come to a really nice answer. Now, to solve it via substitution, we first have to solve one of these two equations for x or for y. Taking a look at everything, I think that the best thing to do would be to solve this first equation up here for y. Alright, that's going to help out a little bit because I'm actually going to be able to get rid of all of these negatives. This entire equation up here is just going to be positive. That's not a big deal. You should be able to deal with positive and negatives very easily by now, but it might help out a little bit more. So, solving this top equation here for y, we're going to subtract 1.2x from both sides of the equation, giving us, a little line here, giving us negative 0.5y equals negative 5.8 minus 1.2x. Alright, all we did was subtract this from both sides of this equation, and now we have this. And the reason I said that those negatives are going away, you would probably be a little confused right now. Everything's negative, right? Well, let's multiply both sides of this equation by negative 1. That'll make this positive, and then distributing the negative 1 to everything on this side of the equation, that makes everything over here positive as well. So that'll just go away, and that'll just go away. Now, we still have to isolate y. Let's divide both sides by 0.5. Now we have y is equal to 5.8 plus 1.2x, all divided by 0.5. Looks kind of messy, right? I mean, we have a fraction here with all this on top with decimals with 0.5 on the bottom. And you're right, it's not the best thing to look at, but it's also not that bad, alright? We should get used to dealing with things like this as we go forward, because soon we'll be asked to deal with rationals. Well, this is irrational. We'll be asked to deal with irrationals. One day you'll be asked to deal with complex and imaginary numbers. Get used to it. It'll be okay. Alright, let's transfer this. This is y. So we're going to plug that into our second equation. That gives us 0.3x plus 2.4 times, plugging in for y, 5.8 plus 1.2x, all divided by 0.5, equals 3.6. Okay, let's distribute 2.4 to everything on the interior here. Alright, remember when you're multiplying this through, you're not going to distribute it to the bottom of the denominator of this fraction here, just to the numerators. That will give us 0.3x plus 2.4, you may use a calculator, 2.4 times 5.8 is 13.92 plus 1.2 times 2.4, 2.88x, all divided by 0.5, equaling 3.6. And now, you're looking at this, you're like, what the heck do I do next? Well, let's rewrite this a little bit. This is actually 13.92 divided by 0.5 plus 2.88x divided by 0.5, okay? We can use our knowledge of how fractions and how division works. If this entire thing is being divided by 0.5, well, that's the same thing as 13.92 divided by 0.5 plus 2.88x divided by 0.5. Okay, now what? Well, let's combine like terms. This is a like term to this over here on the other side of the equation, so we can subtract this from both sides, and this here is a like term to this. So, let's take 13.92 divided by 0.5. That gives us 27.84. Let's take 3.6. Let's subtract 27. Here, we'll just write it here. Subtract 27.84 from both sides of the equation. 3.6 minus 27.84 is negative 24.24. That is equal to 0.3x plus 2.88x divided by 0.5. Let's actually do that out. 2.88 divided by 0.5. That's 5.76. Let's add 0.3 to that. That gives us 6.06x is equal to 24.24. Let's divide both sides by 6.06. Oops. Alright, I see some 24s here and I see some 6s here. I think this is all going to work out relatively nicely. Sorry, I was doing some work down here that you couldn't see. Take you a moment to look at everything that was just done. Okay. Let's see what this simplifies to. This is just going to be x, and that is going to be equal to 24.24 divided by 6.06, which is 4. It's actually negative 4. This is a negative number. X is equal to negative 4. All right. That's a nice, clean answer to this rather messy, problem that we started with. Let's see if it works. All right. We should be able to plug negative 4 into both of these equations for x, and we should be able to come out with the same answer for y. Let's start that now. I'm going to erase everything here. All right. 1.2 times negative 4, which is x, minus 0.5y equals negative 5.8. 1.2 times negative 4 is negative 4.8 minus 0.5y equals negative 5.8. Add 4.8 to both sides. This here will simplify to negative 5.8 plus 4.8, negative 1. Over here, we still have our negative 0.5y equal to negative 1. Let's divide both sides by negative 0.5. That'll give us y is equal to 2, right? Negative 1 divided by negative 0.5 is 2. Good. All right, so all things said and done, our answer should be negative 4, comma 2. That's the point of intersection for these two equations, these two lines. Let's see if it works. 0.3x, x is negative 4, plus 2.4y, oops, don't need that, is equal to 3.6. 0.3 times 4, well, 3 times 4 is 12, so this is going to be negative 1.2, and you can use your calculator to verify that if you like. 0.3 times 4 times negative 4 is negative 1.2, plus 2.4y equals 3.6. Add 1.2 to both sides. 4.8, 2.4y equals 4.8. Okay, we're almost there. Divide both sides by 2.4. Hey, actually, you could look at this as 48 divided by 24. You see what I mean? Well, that would just give us y is equal to what? 2. Does that match up? It sure does. And that is one way to solve this problem.